What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Catching Limits. Today I've got my dad and my youngest brother with me, and we're going to be looking for a couple of trout. This creek was stocked 4 days ago. We were here the day after stocking and we smoked them. We caught 13 in a matter of 45 to 50 minutes and then got to work by 9 o'clock. So it was an incredible day. We're back here 3 days later, 4 days after stocking, and we're going to try to find some trout. Now I know it's been pressured heavily, so I'm gonna have to look for the in-between holes, the holes that most people will overlook, and the holes where a lot of fish can get into and just completely disappear. So that's what we're gonna be doing in today's video. I'm gonna show you the holes that you shouldn't overlook when you're out trout fishing. And then at the end of the video, we're gonna be going back to the house. We're gonna cook some of these fish up, and I'm gonna show you the best recipe for stock trout that you are ever going to find, I guarantee you. So stay tuned to the end of the video. Let's start catching some fish. There's one. I think I scared him already. I don't know that this is even gonna work. There we go. There he is. There's number one. Just pitching it into that hole and letting it float. All right, y'all, number one. I'm gonna put him on the ground behind us. It is so cold out here that I don't have to keep this fish in the water, but I'm gonna put this one on the ground behind us. Let's see if we can pull any more out of here. Oh, big. Up here in this current, dude. There we go. I had no idea that fish was sitting there. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! There's another one in there. That is a stud rainbow. Y'all, that's another gorgeous fish. That's number 2 for the stringer. There is another one in this hole. We're gonna see if we can get him on the hook. All right, new hole here. Let's see what we can find. Doesn't look like a whole bunch of people have been down here yet. Pretty far. What? Oh, I hadn't. Those are good sized fish, aren't they? Oh, yep.
Come on, get him.
Ha. Yeah. Man, he came flying over for it.
Is that a good one? Yeah, that's a nice one.
He's not very big, but he is pretty.
How pretty he is.
It's a male. Nice fish. Look how that creek bug is sitting there posing.
Do you want to keep him?
Yeah, we're gonna keep that fish. You kidding me? Go ahead and throw him on with the other two. Keeping everything we can today. Y'all, look at these fish heads right here. Those are.
Are those brown?
They are.
Brown.
Those are Mac Daddies. Big old heads right there. Alrighty, y'all. That's number 3. Let's get this thing back out here. See if we can find any of the dead fish's brothers. Alright, y'all. We usually do pretty well right here at this rock. Let's see what's in there today.
All right, folks, this is Papa Bear here. Carter brought me some really nice fish, big fish, and I'm going to show you one of the ways we cook them. It's a trout, and I think you're going to really enjoy this if you do it. It's very similar to the salmon I showed you the other day. Only thing is, this is trout. Now, I'm going to show you how we fillet them first, if you want to call it that, and then get right into the cooking. All right, now, whenever you take trout out of a plastic bag, which is what we usually do, let me turn this light on here for you. Take it out of a plastic bag. Oh, no, I'll show you that later. It's slimy. So what I did is I just washed it off and rinsed it off and took a paper towel and just wiped it off just to make it a little easier to handle. I'm going to take my knife. Knife's pretty sharp. And stick it in right there by the backbone and slide down. Then I'm going to go the other way, go up. Uh-oh. You know, I'm not perfect. So, all right, but that's actually not bad. You'll see right here, I've got a little bit of the I don't know, which fin is that, Carter? That fin on
Dorsal.
the back. Dorsal. That's a dorsal. I got a little bit of dorsal fin on there. I want to go ahead and get that off, all right? And got some rib bones or pin bones that I pulled out. I'm going to take and I like to trim this. What is this one? The pectoral or?
Anal.
That's anal. Oh, I didn't know. I wouldn't have maybe touched that. I don't know. So anyway.
Actually, no, you left the anal fin on there. That was a pectoral fin.
That's anal?
Yes.
All right, I'll try not to touch it. All right, just kidding, y'all. All right, so that was a pectoral fin that I just cut off. And then I come right under these rib bones and just work my way down and getting these rib bones out. You don't have to, but then you have to be picking them out when you're eating, and that's fine too. But I find that especially those of the female persuasion prefer if I get those bones out beforehand. Even sometimes my sons complain about a little bone here and there. It's a shame, but they do. Not Carter, of course. All right, got that pin bone. Now this is a big trout, but if you feel right here, you'll feel the pin bones. And some of y'all might say, well, you don't need to do this. Some might say, well, you got to cut them out. You do what you want to. I like to take my knife and go right down to the skin along the side of those pin bones. Then I like to come over a little bit and go down beside them again. So I've gone down on one side with these pin bones. I think we had a problem with the camera there. Went down on one side of the pin bones. I want to come down on the other side of the pin bones, all right? Sometimes you'll hear that you're like cutting through them. That's fine. But right now, that piece of trout is ready to cook. What will happen is when you cook this meat where the pin bones are in, it will dissolve the pin bones, all right? And you won't have to worry about them. Now, all right, so I'm gonna take this, the other side of this trout, do the same thing as I did on the first side. You do it however you want to. I'm just giving you an idea. You probably know how to do this already. And so go down here, get down here. There we go. This is a brown trout too, y'all. I tell you what, it's the one I like to eat the least. But the seasoning that we're going to use, it doesn't matter whether it's brown or whatever kind of trout it is. Boy, it all tastes good. All right, now one thing that y'all might not want to do, but I absolutely always do on a good sized trout. Y'all notice I'm not too worried about getting all the meat off of that backbone, because I eat the backbone. It is delicious. All right, so again, I'm going to take out this pectoral fin. A couple of these ribs came out. I'm going to get this part off, and then that, what kind of fin is that right there?
Is that the caudal fin?
Caudal, okay. Y'all want to caudal fins, that's what you caudal right there, I guess. All right, now you come down here, and again, just take the ribs out. We're going to stop it here because we already shown you how to do this on the other side. All right, folks, we're back. We've done both fillets here, and we got our backbone here. You know, showed you how to do that. Now I'm going to tell you something. We're going to put some olive oil in the pan. All right, this pan is not the right size. It could be smaller, but the thing is, these trout that Carter brought me are so darn big. I guess I could cut them in half. I didn't think about that, but it's so big. This pan probably is the right size for that. I usually don't use it for, you know, for this type of cooking, but you know, I'll use it tonight. You know, really, you can use what you got. You don't have to be special. But I'm going to put about that much olive oil in there. All right, and then it's going to take it a minute to heat up. But while I'm waiting for it to heat up, I want to tell you something. This, I told you about this with the salmon. This is the McCormick Grill Mates Smokehouse Maple. Now, you get this at Walmart or I think Kroger. No, I know you can get it at Kroger. I got this one from Kroger. And it's a small container for like $3. You can get a large container online for, you know, at a better rate if once you like it, you know you like it. But here's what I'm going to tell you. I bought this one thinking it was the same thing. All right, a Grill Mates McCormick Brown Sugar Bourbon. And I got home and realized it was different. And I thought, well, brown sugar bourbon, how bad could that be? I mean, that's putting some good things together there. It should taste really good. And I want to tell you, in my opinion, if you want to make something inedible, you put this crap on it, all right? Now, what I'd like for you to do in the comments, because I have this great big bottle of it, if y'all have used this on something, it shows a steak. I tried it with a steak. I don't like that either. If y'all have used it on something that you actually like, please comment in the comments, because I hate to throw this away. I'm not a wasteful person, but this thing is close, very close to hitting the garbage, all right? Okay, so let's see. This probably, I don't know that this is hot enough yet, but let's try it. You know, when you're cooking trout, when I'm cooking a steak or something, I want it to sear. I want it to sizzle when I put it in there. With a trout like this, you know, personally, I don't think it's, you know, as important. I do like to get some of this olive oil under it. All right, just like that. And, you know, if I have room, I'll put my backbone right in between. And then, you know, take this, again, Smokehouse Maple Seasoning by McCormick. And you put a pretty good coat on it. I mean, you don't want to, you know, you're not icing a cake or anything, but you want to put pretty. Now, if you're using, I usually pretty much always eat the backbones, and usually they're thinner. Of course, if it's thinner, you want to put less seasoning. You got a thick one like this, go ahead and put a little seasoning. You can hear that sear coming on. I'm going to cover this just for a minute. Now, I've got this on high because this is such a big pan. Look at the burner versus the pan. The pan's way bigger. I don't want to burn it, especially if you cover something. Now, you should know this already. You cover something, it's going to cook way faster, and you can burn it in a hurry if you have it too hot. So I covered it. Now I'm going to turn it down to about medium, kind of keep an ear out for it, make sure it's still sizzling, and just let that sit, not for long, maybe a minute, just to get a little bit more cooked through, especially on a bigger trout or a piece of salmon. It's essential that you do that with the thicker fillets. All right, folks, now it's only been covered about 30 seconds. I uncovered it, I said, uh-oh. One thing I need to tell you, remember these pin bones here, okay? We need to cook longer on the flesh side than we do the skin side, because remember, we want those pin bones to disappear. So I needed to go ahead and flip that now. And I want my pan, this pan is not flat, all right? I can't really find a pan that stays flat anymore. You can see all the oil goes to the outside. So I'm putting those pin bones on the outside where the oil is, all right? I want it to cook really well there. Now, something else I'm gonna tell you. Can you see that whole thing right there? Yeah. That's from Pioneer Woman. It says it right there. And you know what that means? That means this thing makes me a better cook. So you go to Walmart and you get one of these from Pioneer Woman, you'll be a better cook. All right. Wait, don't, hold on. I am going to put some more of this goodness, this loving goodness magic sprinkle here on the other side, on the skin. Now we're actually gonna let it sit here for a while covered, and then we're gonna flip it back over and put more on the other side. All right, folks, now if you remember the salmon video, if you watched it, you'll know that I had it covered and I waited a little too long and I burnt my salmon. That's a sin. That's a sin, I'm gonna tell you. It'd be even better, bigger sin to burn this nice trout. So I'm just checking on it. All right, checking on it to make sure I don't do that. You can see some of this here in the middle is starting to burn, but it's good. It's in good shape. I've got it. You can see it's sizzling and everything, dissolving those pin bones. That's probably ready now, but I've got enough olive oil in there. I'm not too worried about it. The trout is a naturally fatty fish, and by the way, I want to tell you, a lot of people don't like skin on their fish. All right, they just don't like the skin. Well, underneath that skin is the majority of the fat in that fish, and to me, the majority of the flavor. You take the skin off, that's fine, if that's the way you want it, but I'm going to tell you that I believe you're getting rid of a lot of your flavor, and if you want it, your nutrients. And if you don't believe that, just watch Alone, and they'll tell you that. They want the skin. So I'll leave the skin on, and oh man, these are some kind of good. All right, see you again in a minute. Ooh, look at that. All right, that's kind of browned up a little bit, okay? I'm gonna, oh, see there, that thing's done. I'm gonna flip it one more time. Yep, it went everywhere. Look, I'm not cooking for a hotel, all right? This isn't 5-star cuisine. This is country cuisine, all right? Whoops, there you go. That's fine. It's fine, don't freak. All right, now this is done. It's done. I got the nice plate for y'all tonight. Last time I had the Dixie plate. This time I remembered. Now, like I said, I'm gonna put a little more of the seasoning on there. Probably not essential. Uh-oh. Oh no. Daggum. Good thing is,
Got the backup.
got the backup, but I won't need it. And look, I'm gonna tell you something too. That olive oil right there, you can see that how it has that seasoning in it. Oh heck, we'll pull it over to our fillet there. Let it sit in there another minute. All right. These are done. All right, I'm gonna take one. It's gonna be nice. Give Carter one. Tempted not to. Now, you can if you want to, because I have done it before. You can just put a little bit of this olive oil on your fillet and try it. And it is delicious. That's up to you. I'm gonna not do it tonight, but hey, that's it. That's all you do. I know it's a little broken up and you can do it better if you want to, and you know, put whatever sides and all on it that you want, but that's where we're going to end tonight. And this is absolutely delicious. I encourage you to try it. You will not regret it. Thank you all. See you next time.